Now that you have completed the detailed outline for your research report, the next step is to develop a first draft. You will use the feedback you receive from your instructor to develop your first draft based on the research and analysis you presented in your outline. But how do you go from a point form outline to a completed first draft? Let's take a look. Here's an example of a point form outline. You'll notice some of the features we explored when we looked at outline writing. For example, you'll see that a system for identifying sections is used here. In this case, the student has used the letter A to indicate their first main section. And they've also used headings and subheadings to indicate what their focus is for the whole section and for the individual parts of the section. You'll also notice that there are some other subheadings here to indicate where a topic sentence occurs for a new paragraph, and then point form or bullet list details and explanations are provided to indicate the body of these paragraphs. The student has attempted to provide their in-text citation as well, and they've used some symbols to indicate how these ideas are meant to relate to one another. In this case, we might have a follow-up example, or in other cases, we might have a reason. So, what does it look like when this outline becomes a first draft? Here you can see the same material developed as a draft. We call it a first draft because there might still be material here that we want to revise or improve. However, it does now have the shape and presentation of a report. Notice we still have headings and subheadings, and that's a very effective system for exploring a big idea in individual sections. However, we don't have the placeholder text to identify what those sections are. We don't say main reason number 1 or main reason number 2. We don't have section A to separate this from section B. Notice also that we don't have bulleted lists anymore, and we don't have any other little section heads like topic sentence or explanation or evidence. We just have full sentences and paragraphs. We do have our full in-text citations here, and if we were to scroll to the very bottom of this imaginary document, we'd also see the references page that lists Shaw and Harris and the other texts that are cited here. Notice also that there is the connecting language that was missing in the point form outline. So we have sentences that begin with transition words. Here we have another, or we have another one here, for example. So it considers how the reader is actually going to experience this report.